This is Dr. Live with New Insight. And thank you so much for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is Understanding Anger. What's really going on beneath the surface? Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions. A lot of people think anger is the problem. However, this is not always true. Most of the time, anger is just a surface level emotion. Underneath anger, there are usually deeper feelings, emotions like sadness, disappointment, fear, and stress. Anger often shows up when needs are unmet, when someone feels disrespected or threatened, or when they don't feel heard, valued, or validated. So instead of asking, why am I angry? A different question is, what's underneath my anger? And anger builds over time. Anger typically doesn't come out of nowhere, although it may seem like it does. It builds when emotions go unprocessed and needs go unspoken. Many people struggle with anger because of the following reasons. They can't clearly identify the source of their stress. They have difficulty expressing emotions, especially intense emotions. They feel uncomfortable with being vulnerable, particularly when discussing sensitive topics. They feel chronically stressed or overwhelmed. They don't feel understood or supported. They feel pressured, attacked, or controlled in relationships when they express their thoughts and feelings. And they may lack emotional regulation skills or healthy coping skills. When emotions don't have a healthy outlet, anger becomes the default response. Now, let's look at what happens when anger goes unresolved. When anger is internalized, ignored, or expressed in unhealthy ways, it doesn't disappear. It shows up in other forms. Emotionally, unresolved anger can make you irritable, sarcastic, guarded, or withdrawn. It can make you harder to connect with and less patient and present in your daily life. And over time, this can contribute to anxiety and even depression. Mentally, unresolved anger keeps you stuck in negative thinking patterns. You replay conversations. You stay triggered and tense. And that emotional loop blocks personal growth, clarity, and peace. Anger that isn't processed keeps you stuck where you are. Anger also affects the body. Unresolved anger keeps the nervous system activated and leads to prolonged cortisol release, which is the body's stress hormone. And over time, this constant stress response can disrupt your appetite, sleep, mood, focus, and emotional balance. It can also show up as headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, or emotional exhaustion. And a key note to remember is that the body holds on to what the mind typically avoids. This is why managing anger isn't just about emotional health, it's about your physical well being too. Now, let's discuss 3 practical ways to manage anger more effectively. Number 1, create healthy outlets for stress. You need places for stress to go. This includes self-care, movement, rest, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Ask for help when you need it. Set limits on your time, energy, and emotional resources. Delegate when possible. You're not meant to carry everything alone. Number 2, communicate clearly and honestly. Communication is key. Be honest about your needs, expectations, thoughts, and feelings. Don't assume people know what you need, and don't expect them to read your mind. Clear communication prevents resentment, internalizing emotions, and reduces emotional buildup. Number 3, strengthen your emotional regulation skills. Learn how to de-escalate when emotions become intense and rise. Pause before reacting. Delay responding when you're triggered. Distract yourself with either a constructive or calming activity to redirect your energy until you're regulated enough to respond appropriately. Emotional regulation isn't about suppressing anger. It's about effectively managing it in a way that protects your peace and your relationships. So when you learn to understand what's underneath your anger, you gain knowledge and insight that can help you become proactive instead of reactive. And that's where growth, healing, and emotional freedom begins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.